Hello students, now let us do some problems on KCL. Okay, so far we have done with the definition of KCL, which is algebraic sum of currents at a node or junction equal to 0. Okay, so now let us try to apply KCL and let us prove it. Okay, so we have three problems here. The question is find current I in the circuit. Okay, so this question is for question number 1 and 2. Okay, so now let us try to apply KCL at this node. Let us consider this node X. Okay, so I am going to solve first problem. Okay, so I am going to apply KCL at node. Okay, so by KCL at node X. Okay, so I am going to apply KCL at this node. So what is KCL here? Sum of algebraic sum of currents at a node equal to 0. So I am going to consider currents. Let us consider this is I1 and this is I2 and this is I3. I am going to consider all the currents entering our node X. So according to KCL, the sum of algebraic sum of currents at a node equal to 0. So that means that says I1 plus I2 plus I3 equal to 0. See that here the I1 is taken as positive as well as I2 and I3, because I treat the currents all are entering into node, so I am going to consider them as positive. That means the currents entering into a node are treated as positive here. Okay, so now let us see I1. So what is I1 here? The given I1 is 10 amps and it is also in the same direction of I1. Okay, so I am replacing I1 with 10 amps plus what is I2 here? I2 is what we need to find. This is actually, this is I we need to find. Okay, so the question is, this is I we need to find. Okay, this is I we need to find. Here you can see the current I which is to be found and I2 are in opposite direction. That means I am going to replace I2 which is in opposite direction to I1. That means I am going to show the opposite direction with negative polarity. That means I2 can be replaced with minus of I1. Okay, I2 is minus of I because I2 and I are opposite to each other. So opposition can be replaced with our negative polarity of the current. Okay, so as usual current I3 and this current are in same direction. So the polarity will be positive and its value is 20 ampere. Okay, so according to KCL this must be equal to 0. So if you can rearrange this, that will be minus I 10 plus 20 will be 30 equal to 0. So if you can multiply with minus, that will be I minus 30 will be equal to 0 and the value of current through the resistor is 30 amperes. Okay, so this is the current we are going to get through this resistor, because 10 amps of current is coming from here, 20 amps of current is coming from here. The sum of 10 plus 20 will go through this resistor. Okay, so that is the idea. 10 amps plus 20 amps will be equal to 30 amps, and we can also find the voltage across this resistor by using Ohm's law. That is voltage equal to current through the resistor into its resistance value. So what is the current here? 30 amps, and what is its resistance value given is 2 ohms. If you can multiply both, you can get the voltage across that resistor IV, or voltage across resistor is 60 volts. The voltage available across this resistor in this combination is 60 volts. Okay, so this is one example for KCL. Now let us take another. Okay, I am going to consider this node as X. So let us apply KCL here. So by KCL at node X. Okay, so I am going to apply KCL here. So I am going to consider currents I1 and this is I2 and this is I3. Okay, so I am going to write them by KCL. The sum of all the currents entering into a node or leaving from node should be equal to 0. Okay, so you can also consider the currents leaving the node. So that is up to you. You can choose from currents entering into node or currents leaving from node. Okay, so the current 10 amperes and I1 is in same direction. So I am going to replace I1 with 10 ampere plus I2 is also in the opposite direction to I here. So for the opposite direction I am going to represent I2 equal to minus of I, and I3 is in the opposite direction to our current here, which is 5 amperes actually. So I3 is opposite to 5 means we have to mention negative direction here, plus minus 5 amperes. This must be equal to 0 according to KCL. Okay, so let us rearrange this. 10 minus I minus 5 equal to 0. Okay, 10 minus 5 will be 5. 5 minus I equal to 0. So our current I equal to 5 amperes. Okay, that means this 10 amps current here flowing from the source of 10 amps is divided into 5 amps is flowing like this, and remaining 5 amps is flowing through the resistor. So that is the idea. Okay, so I am going to find the voltage across this resistor, that is by Ohm's law. Okay, so voltage across this resistor V is V equal to I into R. Okay, I is 5 amperes here and resistance value is 2, that will be 10 volts. Okay, so voltage of 10 volts is available across this resistor. Okay, this is about these two expressions. Okay, so this is a independent current source. You can see the round circle will indicate this is a independent current source. So the value of this current source is independent of any parameter here. Okay, So all these are independent current sources, but here this rhombus means this is a dependent current source. Okay, so 5 into I1, the value of this dependent current source is dependent on I1 current, and value of 10, this dependent current source is dependent on I2 current. Okay, so in the question, this is question for this circuit. So I1 is 1 ampere given and I2 is 1 ampere given. We need to find this current I. Okay, so by KCL we can find this. Okay, so I am going to apply. Let us consider these two terminals X and Y. Okay, because there will be a current direction indication. Okay, so I am going to by KCL, I am going to apply KCL here at node X. Okay, so same procedure. So I am treating I currents entering, sorry, because there are I1 variables, so I am going to consider IA, IB and IC. All are entering into a node. You can also take leaving the node. Okay, so by KCL, IA plus IB plus IC must be equal to 0. All are entering currents. Okay, so what is IA here? IA is in the same direction of 5I1, so I am going to replace IA with 5I1 plus IB is opposite to our required current, that is I am going to mention the opposition by minus terminal. Okay, I hope you are getting some sense, right? Now IC is opposite direction to our 10I2. Okay, so IC is in opposite direction to 10I2, so I am going to replace it minus 10I2. This must be equal to 0 according to KCL. Okay, now let us rearrange this. That will be 5I1 minus 10I2 equal to 0. Okay, the question mentions that I1 is 1 ampere and I2 is 1 ampere. Okay, I am going to replace I1 with 1 ampere minus I is to be find 10 into I2 is 1 ampere, that will be 0. Okay, so this will be 5 minus I minus 10 equal to 0. 5 minus 10 will be minus 5, that will be 0. Okay, so I am writing here that will be I plus 5 equal to 0 if you multiply with negative on both sides. Okay, so that will be current I equal to minus 5 amperes. Okay, that means the current is minus 5 amperes. What is this minus indicating? The required current is I in the downward direction, but the value is indicating negative symbol. That is, the current is flowing from downwards to upward actually, because this minus sign indicating opposite current. That means this is the actual direction of current. So actual direction of current I is opposite. That's why this negative symbol is coming here. Okay, that means current 5 amperes is flowing upward. Okay, so this is about KCL. Okay, let's take some more problems so that you can understand clearly. Pass. Now let us take another problem. Here we are having two sources here. One is independent source, another is dependent source. Okay, so independent source value is 2 amperes and dependent source value is 4 into I1. That means the value of dependent source is 4 into I1. That means 4 into I1 is the current through another parameter in the circuit. So this is what dependent source means. Okay, this value, let us consider this as Ix. Okay, so the value of Ix, which is the value of current of dependent source, that is 4 into I1. Okay, that means 4 into value of I1. The value of I1 will define the value of this dependent current source. So that is what the dependent current source means. The value of current of the source is dependent on one variable which is available in the another parameter of the circuit. Okay, so this is 4 into I1 is current through this resistor. Okay, if this I1 changes, the value of this dependent current source will be changed. Okay, so that is the idea of this dependent current source or dependent voltage source. Okay, so here the question is, using KCL, Kirchhoff's current law, find the values of currents I1 and I2 in the circuit. So what are I1 and I2 here? This is I1 and this is I2. Okay, we need to find these two currents. Okay, so what is I1 here? So I1 is a current through one resistor. Okay, I1 is a current through a 3 ohms resistor and I2 is a current through 2 ohms resistor. So how can you find a current through a resistor? So what is Ohm's law here? V equal to I into R. Okay, so if you can find the voltage across a resistor, okay, so if I find voltage across resistor, I can find the current. Yes or no? So I equal to V by R. Okay, so if R value is given 3 ohms here and 2 ohms here, if I find the voltage across these two elements, I can find I1 and I2. Okay, so we need to find voltage V here. So this is idea. So we need to find V first, then we can find the currents I1 and I2. So what is I1 here? I1 is current through 3 ohms resistor, which equal to voltage across this resistor V by 3 ohms, and I2, similarly I2 can be written as voltage across this resistor V by 2 ohms. Here one thing you must observe here, that I am writing the voltage V on this in the two expressions here. The two expressions contain voltage as V only. Why I am writing this? Do you have any idea? Because here this is a parallel network. You can see all the branches are connected in parallel. That means the voltage across one element will be same as the voltage across another element. That means actually this short circuit, this parallel connection means all are connected to one common point here. So this is what a parallel connection is. Okay, all these are connected to one common point, and all these are connected to another common point. Okay, so this is what parallel circuit means. Okay, so the voltage across these 2 points will be same across each and every element. Okay, so if I consider voltage V is available, so voltage V is available in the parallel circuit, the voltage will be same applied on each and every element in the parallel circuit. Okay, so the voltage across this element, this all are V volts only. Okay, so that's why I have written I1 equal to voltage across I1, voltage across 3 ohms resistor is V by resistance value, and I2 is voltage across 2 ohms resistor, that is also V because it is a parallel connection by its resistance value. Okay, so this is one thing to observe in a parallel network. Okay, so the voltage across a parallel network is same. Okay, so let us redraw the circuit. Okay, so we are to find I1 and I2 here. So for that we need to find voltage V here. So I already told you this is a common node, that means I am going to take it as X, all are connected to one point X here. Okay, so by using KCL we have to find I1 and I2. So I am going to apply KCL. By KCL at node A, node X here. Okay, so what is KCL here? Algebraic sum of currents at a node equal to 0. Okay, so let us consider currents entering into a node as positive. Okay, I am going to consider the currents entering into a node as positive and currents leaving the node as negative. So this is my assumption. You can also take reverse is also possible. Okay, you can also take currents entering into a node as negative and currents leaving a node as positive. So that is up to you. Okay, you can also take that. That is also valid. Okay, so I am going to write KCL here. So what is KCL? Algebraic sum of currents in a node equal to 0. Okay, so this is, you already know that. Okay, so I am going to write the expression. Okay, so at X here, this is our reference node. Okay, so with respect to this node, the current 2 amperes is entering into a node. Okay, and current I1 is leaving the node, going away from the node, and current 4 I1 is also entering the node, and I2 is leaving the node. Okay, it is downwards. Okay, so currents upward are entering the node, currents downward are leaving the node. Okay, so I am going to write currents entering into a node as positive and currents leaving the node as negative. So here 2 amperes is entering the node, so I am going to consider it as positive 2 amps, and currents I1 is leaving the node, so that is I am going to consider it as negative. Okay, so for 4 amps is entering node, that is 4 into I1, 4 I1, and I2 is leaving the node, I am going to take it as negative. So this must be equal to 0 according to KCL. Okay, so now this is KCL at node X. So what is the value of I1 here? I1 is voltage. Let us consider this as voltage available in this node, this parallel branch is V volts. Okay, so let us also write it. Let us consider V is the voltage across parallel network. Okay. N by W is shortcut for network. Okay, so I am consider the voltage V as voltage across this parallel network. So I can write it as, so 2 minus I1 plus 4 I1 minus I2 should be equal to 0. So I am going to shuffle this. So that will be 2 minus 7 plus 4 I1 will be plus 3 I1 minus I2 will be equal to 0. So I am going to substitute the values of I1 and I2. Okay, so let us substitute them. So 2 plus 3 into, what is I1 here? I1 is voltage across this resistor by its resistance value, that is V by 3. Okay, that is I1. And what is I2 here? I2 is voltage across this resistor by its resistance value. Voltage across its resistance is V volts only by 2. Okay, this must be equal to 0. Okay, if you can rearrange this, you can find the value of voltage, because voltage is the only parameter here. Okay, so I am going to rearrange this. That will be 3 will get cancelled. 2 plus V minus V by 2 will be equal to 0. Okay, so V minus V by 2 will be V by 2. I am shifting this 2 to other side, that will be minus 2. Okay, so from this you can get V equal to voltage across a parallel network is minus 4 volts. Okay, so the voltage across this parallel network is minus 4 volts. Okay, so you can obtain the I1 and I2 here. So I1 equal to V by 3, that will be, I am going to substitute the value of V which equal to 4 volts by 3. So this is the current I1. Okay, we have found one, and let us find I2, which is V by 2. I am going to substitute this. I2 will be equal to, V is minus 4 volts by 2, that will be minus 2 amperes. Okay, so we have found I1 and I2 using KCL. Okay, this is about KCL. I am going to give you one problem for assignment. Okay, so this is about numericals on KCL. Okay, I am going to give you one problem for assignment 4 question. Okay, so this is about KCL. If you have any doubt, actually there are some misunderstandings for you. I come to know that. So let me tell you something. Okay, so most of the people are being confused while understanding the polarities in a KVL. Okay, okay, here there are two things to remember. Let us consider this as V1, this is R, this is V2. Okay, this is a independent voltage sources V1 and V2 and one resistor R. Okay, and here the polarities are, this is positive terminal of the voltage source and negative terminal, and this is positive and negative. Okay, generally I said that the current leaves positive terminal of the battery, means current will enter the negative terminal of the battery. Okay, so this is our theory, this is not assumption, this is theory. Okay, and one more thing is, while writing KVL in a loop, we are going to consider either first terminal of each parameter or second terminal of each parameter. Okay, you can take both. Okay, you can take either of the terminals. Okay, even you can take first terminal of each element, or you can take second terminal of each element. That means, let me show you, both are same. Okay, okay, I am going to consider the first terminal of each element. Okay, so as current, let us assume current is flowing in this direction. Okay, so the current is in this direction. I am going to take that. This is my assumption. Okay, you can also take the reverse. That is also true. Okay, so I am going to consider current is flowing in this direction I. So this is the direction of current. Okay, so this will be positive terminal of the first terminal of the resistor. This will be second terminal. Okay, so these are fixed. Once they are installed, these are fixed. These terminals will change according to current direction, as current enters plus terminal of the resistor and leaves negative terminal of the resistor. So I am going to consider. So let us consider first assumption, that is I am going to take first terminal of each element. First terminal of each element. Okay, I am going to consider first terminal of each element while writing KVL. Okay, so I am writing KVL in this loop. Okay, current I is flowing in clockwise direction. Okay, so I am going to consider first terminal of each element. There will be first terminal of this voltage source is minus and voltage value is V1. Because we are writing KVL, we are writing voltage of each element. Okay, voltage across voltage source is V and voltage across resistor is I into R and voltage is V2. Okay, we need to write voltage here. Okay, minus V1, and here the first terminal is positive and current is I and resistance is R. This is voltage, and here also we are getting first terminal is positive, V2. This must be equal to 0. There are no elements left according to KVL. So I am going to consider take second terminal of each element. Okay, so second terminal of V1 is plus V1 and second terminal of resistor is minus I into R and second terminal of V2 is minus V2 equal to 0. So if you can rearrange this, that will be V1 minus IR minus V2 which equal to 0. If you multiply this with minus, that will be V1 minus IR. Okay, V1 minus IR minus V2 equal to 0. Don't you think these two are equal? Okay, expression 1 and expression 2 both are equal only. Okay, you can either take the first terminals of each element or you can take second terminal of each element. Both are same only. Okay, there is no problem in considering either first terminal or second terminal. Okay, don't confuse while writing KVL. Okay, now let us do some problems in KVL also. Okay, pass. So this is a circuit which is having several independent voltage sources and resistors. So I am going to give this as assignment for you. This is for your assignment for question number 1. Okay. Okay, you need to find voltage across this 10 ohms resistor and current passing through it I. Okay, so how can you find this? So you can see this, all are connected in parallel. You can assume a voltage V. Okay, if you can find V, that is same as voltage to be found. Okay, if you can find voltage, you can find the current through 10 ohms resistor, that is V by 10 ohms. Okay, so you need to find V here. For that you need to apply KCL, that is nodal analysis, that is also called nodal analysis. Okay, so that is nothing but a nodal analysis. Actually KCL is nothing but applying a nodal analysis. Nodal means node, we are applying at KCL. KCL at node means that is a nodal analysis. Okay, so apply KCL at this A terminal. Okay, because all are connected to one node, you can obtain voltage value and you can find current through the 10 ohms resistor. Okay, so this is assignment question number 1, assignment 4 question number 1. Okay, you will be given second question also. Okay, so this is about first question of assignment 4. Okay, so this is second question for you as assignment. Okay, find the current delivered. This current delivered is I by the voltage source. Okay, you need to find this current I. Okay, so you have voltage source and you have a connected network of resistors. You need to find the equivalent resistance of up to this network. Okay, you need to find the equivalent resistance of this network. So you can find the current I equal to voltage source by its equivalent resistance. Okay, so I will be equal to 80 volts by the equivalent resistance of this network. Okay, R equivalent. So I hope you know how to reduce a network. This is one method called network reduction. Okay, network reduction. I have already told you how to reduce a network if they are connected in series and parallel. Okay, if they are connected in series, you are going to add them. If they are connected in parallel, you are going to multiply them and sum over product. Okay, so start from this network. Okay, as these two are series. Okay, the result will be parallel and result will be series, and the entire result will be in parallel and the entire result will be in series, then parallel, again series. Okay, you need to start from this branch, you can get. Okay, so I hope you can do this. Okay, thank you.